Hello everybody, James here with Down the Stick. So for my project for today, I'm gonna make these knuckles here. I seen a hat at a local store with an embroidered design like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and use stretch heat transfer vinyl by Siser, whatever, however you say it. This is from my EPS file that I have for my sticker decals, and I'm gonna run some of those too just to show you, but for now, I just want to show you. So I put this box, this weed box around here. Now I've already got this set at 3 inches by about 2.8. Probably could go down to maybe 2.6. I've noticed when I do 3-inch size for hats, they're a little bit hard to press because they're just on the boundaries of being too big. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just group all these together. I just hit Control G. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to go to Object, Mirror, Flip Horizontal, since I'm going to be cutting heat transfer with this Cameo machine. Okay, so there's that one, and I always make extras, so I'm going to go ahead and just run a few. Yeah, so there's enough for all 4 of them. What I do here is I spread out, I grab the 2 on the ends and I pull them in the direction of the end that they're on. Then I highlight everything, go to my alignment tools, right here on your horizontal alignment. Well, not alignment, I don't even know what that, spacing. I just hit that because I don't like when these cut lines are right on the same cut. Okay, so there's that. Now, since I'm doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and run some smaller ones. Maybe we'll go down about here. That's if I want to put one on maybe the side of a hat. But so next thing I do is I highlight everything. Now over here I notice I got 4.819 inches, so I'll cut a 5-inch by 12-inch piece. Okay, next thing I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and open up VersaWorks. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and skip that update. I do not update VersaWorks till it's been out for a couple of months. So let's go ahead and, well, I want to make some stickers of the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that file. I'm going to see if the file's okay the way it is. I usually like to set them all up on Adobe Illustrator first. Right here, 1776 knuckles right here. Okay, let's see what happens here because I haven't loaded up this way in quite a while. Make sure the cut's there. Okay, we're good. Everything's good there. But before I do that, I want to go into Illustrator. BN-20 cut ready. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. With my BN-20 machine, I always like to make sure I got a bleed on it. So let's do that. Now, you see my cut contour line here? So there is the bleed there, so that's good. But one thing I kind of want to do, I want to try something. I want to add a little bit of a kind of a grunge texture to the white. And I'll show you how I do that. Let me get to my my files here. I like to use this one. It's called Destroy by Go Media. So I'll just copy that, drop that here. We'll go ahead and enlarge it. This computer is slow. It's nothing like my laptop at home, so bear with me. Okay. See how that just adds that grunge style texture in there? Not 100% sure I like that. Oh. Maybe if we take our... Well, no, that ain't gonna matter. I was gonna say if I turn down my appearance. I think we're gonna just leave that out for this job. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take all my black, make it a compound pass. Sorry, my... Oop, no, I'm not. Never mind. So everything looks good here. It's the way I want it. But see how I got these two different cut contour lines? Yeah, I've got two. I don't know why I've got two, but that would have caused the machine to cut it twice. So I don't want that. So always check your artwork. This file's good. So we're going to go back into VersaWorks. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And we'll reload it here. Now I do have a, oh man, I really wanted to set this up on Illustrator. I do have a listing for this where your height's about 1.6. That's for the AR-15 magwell. So we'll just run a bunch of those. Forgot to check my media width, but I have a 12 inch roll. Oh yeah, 13 inch roll, sorry. No, actually it's 14. Yeah, 14 inch roll. Okay, so there's that, okay. Now, I'm gonna pick it back up. Oops, sorry. So I'm gonna reload it here. And this time I'm gonna do a couple at 6 inches. So we'll go to 6. Get media width. We got 2 there. Okay, good. Hit OK. Now you want to highlight both of your files there and click your nest option. If you don't do that, it's going to screw everything up. And that just basically groups everything into one job. But I don't know if you just noticed something here, but let's get media width again. Okay. It keeps on starting up with the 18-inch media width, but whatever. Okay, so where are we at? Okay. Make sure your crop marks are there. Crop marks are good. Now, I could, since I nested everything, I could add a cut line around every single thing here. I don't really care to do that. I normally set up all my jobs in Illustrator, which makes it where I don't have that anyway. So we're good there. But if you wanted to, you could add trim marks. See how it did that, where it, you know, you'll have your trim out spots. That just, to me, that just wastes material. Margin marks, and yeah, see all them cut line. Just kind of shows you where to cut when you're, say you're doing a big job for a customer. You want everything cut perfect. That's really all that's for. Alright, so we'll go to cut controls. Let's do cut only. Make sure all your dancing ants are in place. So then go back to print only. And double check in here. I kind of feel like that white looks a little looks a little I don't know how to say it, almost gray. Screw it, we're just gonna run it. Alright, so everything's print only. I checked my cut lines, everything's good. Hit OK. Now my machine's already set up with the material, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hit print. Boom. Now let's get to that heat transfer. Okay, so here is a scrap piece of the stretch HTV that I had from a different job. I do have rolls of this stuff, so but I found this in my drawer, so I'm going to go ahead and use this instead of cutting a new roll. Now, as you can see, it's already at 12 inches. Comes down to 16. So if I want, I can run 16 inches worth of material or jobs. So let's get this HTV on here. I always just line up the edge there on the cutting mat. Okay. Now that's okay. And make sure you don't got any heavy creases or anything in your heat transfer. And make sure that the really shiny side is facing down. I'm gonna load this. Sorry, I gotta set this camera down for a second. Okay. Okay, there's that. Now let's get back to the computer. All right, so I have got 16 inches of material, as I showed you. So I usually just go and look at where 16 is, fill it. But if you want to, you can come over here to your height, do 16. That way you don't accidentally come over it. Now I want to put, I'm going to put one of these on some shoes to show you. But since I'm doing that, I'm going to actually list some of these for sale. These We the People for heat as heat transfers. So let's go ahead and get some of these on here. Now for the size for shoes, I would probably do about 3 inches. Now you see how I've already got my weed box already on there? Even when you do that, make sure that you're not going to cut into your image. Okay, now before I do any copying of this, I'm going to object, mirror, flip horizontal. So there's my 3 inches. Now I grab my replicate tool over here. And it's okay, like right here, how I got a little bit off the edge there. I'm going to just go ahead and drag it down. Okay, so there's a bunch of We the Peoples for shoes. I'm going to copy that. Go down a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna have plenty of those, and I don't need all these. Let's see, what size is that? 2. Yeah, so when I list these, I'll list them at 2.5. So let's go ahead and drop them down just a little bit, and I want a little bit of a spread between those weed lines, like I mentioned earlier with the knuckles. Okay. Highlight all the We the Peoples, and then let's go down. So I'm gonna have a ton of these, okay? Next thing I want to do, I still got a lot of space here. What can we put there? Let's do some of these 1776s. Now these are already set up for the magwell for the AR-15, so they're about 1.6 inches tall, well, in diameter. So let's go ahead and copy these. I always like to make these, instead of wasting that material, I'll make that, and I just want to see just how accurate this machine cuts. Alright. You don't really have to align them every time. I do, but just out of habit. So let's make another row. Okay, there's that. Next thing we got, let's do one of these American flags with the bullets in it. I don't know if you noticed, but my design is a little stretched. The stars kind of look a little stretched. I think I did that for a hat before. Alright, so we're going to copy that. Now, if we're putting this on a hat, we want it to be about 2.8, maybe 7 tall. Let's see what that gets us. That's 2.8 there, and that's about 4 inches. That's pretty big for a hat. These little stars, they're a pain in the ass to weed, so... Oh, I don't know if that would be awesome on a shirt sleeve. Yeah, let's keep that for a shirt sleeve. So, we could either flip it or leave it. With flags, I tend to do one of each. Okay, now we got some space over here. We'll bring down another one of these. Let's go ahead and make it a little bigger. Boom. Okay, so we got all this heat transfer here. Now, before I do anything, now I've got my custom setting here, HTV smooth, and what that has basically is on this dial I've got 3, and this is for the auto blade. 4 is 15. I'm gonna go ahead and hit test. Alright, let's test this out, make sure the cut's okay. My lighting sucks, so I gotta really bend my head everywhere to see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, as you can see, that came out real nice, no resistance, so when I weed it should just pop right out. So I'm gonna go ahead and reload this. Okay, so I did my test, everything's good to go. And we're gonna go ahead and run it, and that's gonna take a while, so I'm gonna do other things while this is cutting. So everything's cutting good. This is probably gonna take about 15 minutes to run all of these, so I'm gonna just leave that alone for a minute. Let's come over here. Now these are the ones that I ran in VersaWorks. So those are running all good, everything looks good, machine's running smooth. When everything's done, we'll pull them out. For this job, I don't have to laminate. I'll probably laminate the bigger ones, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip laminating for these smaller ones. Okay, so with everything cut, as you can see, I've already weeded some of them. This is from the back. Okay, you see the 1776, the flag with the guns. I'm gonna quickly weed some of these knuckles to show you. Sorry again about those lines. It's just for my lighting. So I ran this whole sheet, and this is again Siser, whatever, heat transfer, stretch heat transfer from Siser. I call it Siser. However you say it, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm going to slowly peel this off, and I got my cut settings on my Cameo where this just pops right off. Really nice. Okay. Alright. So let's take this off. Normally I'll use a ruler here, but I'm kind of just doing it half-cocked for the video. Okay. Now there's the 1776 knuckles. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here to my heat press. I don't normally have a camera over here, so I'm gonna kind of move it around a little bit. Now, this is one that I've already made, okay? There's the knuckles. We the people with the 1776. This one I kind of screwed up. The W here is right on the seam, and I don't want anything out front besides that. So I'm gonna do another hat. Now this is my normal everyday hat that I wear when I wear a hat. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my hat press. And the heat press is still warming up, so I'll go ahead, even though it's warming up, I'll go ahead and just kind of test it out there like that. Make sure everything's getting covered. Let me get my Teflon tape here. A lot of times I'll just eyeball it, put it on, but with the Teflon tape, if I can find the dang edge here. There it is. Let me show you real quick. Give me one sec. Okay. So I just tape it to the, I grab the Teflon tape, press it down on the heat transfer, and then I'll stick it where I want it. And that's going to be right in the front of the hat, just there on the bottom. And then the 1776, that will go right on top. But I'm going to do that separate. Yeah, so that'll go about there. Yeah. Okay. So you can see my heat press. Yeah, normally the Siser vinyl at about 310 is probably okay. So that's at about 317 right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. All right, so let's dig through my mess here to find my, oh, right here. I use the Teflon strip. I'll put that down. And we're gonna go ahead and hit the timer and drop it. Okay. Give that about, well, I got the timer set at 20 seconds, 3:35, it's still going. That's pretty hot for this vinyl, but I find that it works really good. And here we go. Okay. Let's see how that came out there. Look at that. Beautiful. Went on really good. You know, I mean, it's awesome. Nothing's coming up. Only have to do one pass. Now, the 1776, the reason I did it separate, and it's kind of a dumb reason, but I have the little transfer strip on top that's going to actually overlap the lettering. But see, now see how I got that there. Sorry, I have to set this aside. Well, I wish I could, I'll set it up so you can see it from now on, but instead of using the Teflon tape, which you probably should, I'm going to just drop that down there. And then here we go again. Yeah, so I should have used the tape, being in a hurry here, but I'm sure everything's okay. But for the record, from now on, if you're doing small objects like that, use the tape because it helps. Okay, let's check this one out. And then that one will come right up. Look at that. Bam! Beautiful. Okay. That looks great. Now, these work freaking awesome on shoes. I actually have some shoes. I'll show them the video. And I did some, I used one of those little Cricut irons for that, but you can buy little craft irons in any craft store. But let me just show you. See, it's my normal everyday hat. I forgot which side it's on, but love it. Looks great. Yeah, I love that Siser stretch heat transfer vinyl. And I got all these extra ones here, so I'm gonna start selling these as that, you know, for hats and shit stuff. Sorry, but yeah, came out good. Everything worked out great. Any questions? Let me know. Thanks for watching.